It's another episode of Rime of the Frostmaiden. We are so stoked to be here. Look, Sage is cold. Sage brought props.
Burr.
Burr. We're in Icewind Dale. For those of you who do not know, we are playing through Icewind Dale Rime of the Frostmaiden, which is an official campaign from Wizards of the Coast that I had the privilege of being one of the writers on. This is episode... Looking at my calendar, 11! This is episode 11 of the series, and things are going okay. Our party is still alive. Some of us had to go and take care of ambassadorial tasks, but we have 3 brave adventurers here still for you, ready to dive into some shit. I should also mention that this is a horror campaign. So that means that there are dark themes that come up here. General themes of body horror are always going to be present in these episodes. We also have content warnings in the timers there to specify all the particulars that might come up during this episode. So take a look at those, and if those aren't for you, you're not in the mood to handle those, this may not be the game for you to watch. But with that out of the way, let's do some intros. Hey everybody, my name is Celeste Conowich, and tonight I will be your Dungeon Master.
I'm Joe. I'll be playing Gob Herkenstone, your North fighter.
Hello, I am Sage, and today I will be reprising my role as Ingasalanin, your Furbolg Centaur Druid combo of the Frozen North.
Last but not least, I'm Vincent, playing your auntie with a whole lot of money and no children, Miss Veronica Carnell.
The favorite.
Hell yeah. Yes, chat, I am wearing another delightful crown from Green Merdragon, so I don't know. Will it give me magic powers that will make tonight really hard for our adventurers? Who knows? Who knows? But... yeah, I think, well, we have a recap to do, but before we do that, we have a super sick set of dice that we are giving away tonight. So stick around. Halfway through, we are going to open up the dice giveaway for these beautiful set from RPG Dice. Look at them.
Look at them. Look at them.
Joe, do you want to tell us about the set you have lovingly handcrafted?
Yeah, it's a mix of metallic gold and jet black.
So pretty.
This technique called a dirty pour.
Ooh.
So good.
Dirty dice.
Dirty pour.
Dirty.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Now I want them even more.
Damn.
Dirty,
Right.
Yes. So if you want to enter to win these dice, you have to stick around halfway through the episode. We are going to open up that dice giveaway. You have to enter that code word in chat, and then you have to stick around to the very end of the episode when we pull that winner. So you have to stick around for the whole dang show if you want to win these sweet, beautiful, dirty dice. So thank you so much, RPG Dice, Joe, for donating those. But with that, what happened? What happened last time in the Frozen North? Oh boy, we met some fun characters.
Oh, There was some dolphins. We had a whale of a time.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Thank you
Traveling
for doing
with
that.
Billian.
It had to happen. You know it.
Here, I've got a. Ooh, we get some art. Whoa.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We traveled with Villian. Took a big whale of a taxi named Ongajuk.
Ongajuk.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Who was a druid's best pal that decided to be a taxi in perpetuity.
Wow,
Yeah,
when you
for
say it
For
like
nice people or
that,
something like that.
it's not nearly as heartfelt and
That's
wonderful, but okay.
Just suck all the magic out of it.
Wow.
What am I gonna do? No, but they were very sweet. We traveled under the ice floe for a couple days, I think, right?
It was 2
2
days.
days.
Yeah.
Coral Island, a mythic place.
Oral Island. The Island of Solstice.
That's
Yep.
the one.
Where Grimskala is, which is Arl's fortress, and we are there looking for the codex of White?
The Codicil of White. That was very
Codicil.
close. Codex is very
Right.
close.
Codicil of White, which and while we were traveling on Ongajuke's lovely temperature controlled back, Velian was sort of thinking aloud about how that with Oral being a lesser god, she's probably actually closer to an archmage than she is to an actual deity. And if the Rime is a spell that she must maintain every day, spend time maintaining every day, then there's probably some way in which we can interrupt that magic that is causing the frosty north to be even frostier.
Yeah, and do you remember the piece of information that led Villian to speculate about that? Something Ongajuk told you about.
It's about
There is a
the rock,
Hmm.
Oh
We
yeah.
smell what he is cooking.
which
It
is totally a bird.
danger, right?
Which is a bird.
Bird.
Oh yeah.
So Ongajuk had said that she does not like this island because there's this giant bird that lives there, and the bird likes to attack Ongajuk, and Ongajuk has scars from their encounters. And Villian posited that Oral probably uses the rock as a method of transportation to get up high enough to cast the spell.
Yep.
Right.
Hmm.
Yeah, we made it to the island.
Oh, yeah.
There was some sort of sassy snowman. that was
A
waiting on the dock.
sassy snow. You know what? I
Sassy
like your
snowman.
version better. It
Yep.
was an ice method.
Oh, okay, that's it.
Sassy snowman.
Sassy snowman.
It's the same. Yeah, it's the same.
I just the entire time I kept thinking about the snowman from that movie with the
Frozen?
lady singing. Yeah,
Yeah,
from Frozen.
the movie with the lady
The movie
singing.
lady
Yes.
singing. Every Disney
Olaf,
movie ever,
yes,
like
Olaf the snowman.
Olaf as like a really, salty Olaf with a cigarette.
oh god.
Oh, Olaf after he got canned from Disney. Yeah.
Didn't get those royalties. Did not negotiate well enough. for
You're
the
just a
contract.
snowman. We don't have to pay you, bro.
Oh my god.
You don't even need to
Workers'
eat.
rights don't apply to snowmen. Fuck you.
Oh man.
But
And
let's see.
he took us on a tour, and we actually can't talk to him because he doesn't understand common. So we've been doing like sign language with him, but thankfully Miss V can comprehend languages,
Yeah.
so at least we can get one half.
Right. Yeah, and they led us to a corpse that was holding the orb.
Mhm.
Professor
Dr.
Orb.
Orb.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
Orb,
Professor
right?
Orb. Yeah.
And there was a ferret or a weasel that was like, "Oh my god, you're still here to save me!" And we're like,
Oh no.
And,
Yeah,
and
that was-
so,
Yeah.
sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say that wasn't that the familiar of Villian's old counterpart?
Rival.
Do you remember her name? Nass.
Nass.
Nass
Nass.
Lantamir.
Ah,
who proceeded to possess or try to possess Inga and failed,
Mhm.
and was like, "Oh, cool, another tasty morsel," and like easily possessed God.
Well, because you all were standing there fighting with Velian. So the ghost
Yeah.
took the opportunity to just try and grab another one of you.
she's so in doubts with our yeah.
Yeah,
Didn't know who to
yeah.
believe.
And do you remember also what Nass was doing here as a ghost? Why she was bound to this place?
She looking
But-
for Codicil as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and
Yeah.
she's going to keep haunting this place until she gets the codicil in her cold dead fingies.
Yeah.
And then we're like, well, then what are you going to do with it? You're a ghost. And she's like, that's a problem for future Nat.
Ah, yes. And Velian was like, "All right, you bitch. Well, we're gonna take it and go. So rot in hell." And then, since Nass stole her orb that you all got back, which was apparently was a family heirloom. Velian had mentioned at one point the Professor
A hard
Orb.
time believing that.
Named
Right? I'm like, it does
Professor
something.
Scant is his
Oh.
name.
Mhm.
Cool. Yeah. So you had fought a lot, and then what had happened?
Veronica beat the shit out of Gob.
Yep.
No, I beat the ghost out of God.
I beat
wait,
the
that's the one
ghost.
there.
the ghost out. And Veliad was like, "Well, if we get
Purify.
far enough away, then she can't do anything." So picked up Gob and ran screaming down the hill. And at about 200 feet, the ghost hit an invisible wall and just kind of floated there, like shrieking
Yeah.
at
she-
us.
She was tethered to her body, so you ran outside of that radius.
Right.
And then you had enlisted Olaf the Snowman to take you up to the fortress.
Oh yeah, Castle Ice Skull.
Castle
Skull.
Ice Skull.
Ice Skull.
Grimskalle.
What did I say?
Yeah. Okay, so you all had kind of walked up towards the center of the island where this mephit had led you. I should say, and that's where we're starting. So I know where to edit this episode. So it's at this point that you all, you've been led to the center of the island, which has this kind of raised plateau, and sitting on that plateau is this massive fortress made of ice, carved like a skull. Let me put the art back up. And I had read a text box to you. Let me read it again. Rising before you is a 600-foot-tall mountain of glacial ice, its peak carved to resemble a gigantic skull wearing a crown. Weaving up the mountain's southern slope are enormous stairs hewn from the ice. These steps, which extend from the base of the mountain to the base of the fortress, were clearly made for giants. And your little companion at this point is like, okay, well, I brought you here, so I don't know, you'll want to go inside. I'm not going in there.
Veronica will look back at him still. Is she still comprehending languages? Does she understand what he said?
We'll say, yeah.
All right.
Keep life easy.
Veronica will bow and toss him a coin.
Oh, wow. What kind of coin?
A gold coin.
Okay.
Yeah, gold piece.
All right, and the mephit goes, oh, wow. All right. Well, it's nice to know I'm worth one coin. That's fantastic. Thanks.
Wow.
Her axe appears in her hand,
Okay, and the mephit will pick it up and go, yep, nope, yeah, good job, and disappears in a burst of snowflakes.
That's what I thought.
Whoa.
Yeah, so you all are standing at the base of these, gigantic steps. Just even looking at this, it is going to be such a pain to climb even one. These are 10-foot tall steps.
Yeah, I'm 3.5 feet tall, So
V's gonna have to go first, and then Inga will pick up Gob and throw him to V, and then pull her, and then you can help pull her up. Seems gonna be the best way.
What about
going.
Velian?
She's got 30 kobolds who can pile themselves on top of each other for her.
Yeah, she's got
Kobold
3
escalator.
kobolds. You see, they're already getting together and forming steps with their little bodies to hoist her up each time.
Mm-hmm.
And then they climb on top of each other like a little kobold totem pole, and then they just keep doing it. They seem very adept. They are fine. So yeah, is the plan just to climb up to the front doors and go on in?
So
Yeah, I mean,
keep
Does
an
any-
eye out.
It's gonna take a while.
Yeah.
Does anything seem out of the ordinary? Can we see, I guess, places where there might be archers or the little hole things? Does it look any way like the Duragar fortress that we came across earlier?
So from your vantage point, it's honestly pretty hard to tell. So this entire island here is coated in this thick fog that basically just completely fills the air, limiting your visibility significantly. So you can really only kind of make out the shape of the skull at this point from where you are. But as you're looking up, there is no way you could tell if there are, murder holes. No idea from this vantage point. But it does look like from here, there's just that one entry door. Very large entry door at the very top of the stairs, for what that's worth.
Inga will, since we are approaching this fortress, will cast Pass Without a Trace on our party here so that we can be at least a little bit more obscured.
Yeah. I will say, too, the temperature is starting to drop very rapidly. You think that full night is probably coming. So it'd probably be good to get inside anyway. As rapidly it's dropping negative 10 degrees, by every 20 minutes at this point. All right.
So I'm catching a ride with Veronica.
Carry me.
Making me upsies. Please.
I mean, I suppose so. And she will like instead of making her normal axe, she just creates like a spear and will hold it over the edge. Like, come on, grab on.
Yeah, okay.
Like, just pull the gob all the way up. Just
Nice. All right. Yeah, so you can continue upwards and go ahead and make me those stealth checks since you have pass without trace. Let's just see how quietly y'all can do this.
Get your
Goodness
plus
for that.
10.
Whew. Whew.
Got a 14.
wait, we get a plus 10?
You get a plus 10 to stealth checks as long as Path Without a Trace is up and active. 25.
Wow. Yeah.
32? I become
Oh,
one
boy.
with the fog.
And what was that for Gob?
14.
Okay. You are being flung through the air quite rapidly, so it's hard to be sneaky. But you all manage. You make it to the top. You don't see anything that is looking at you. Your passage doesn't seem to have been noticed. It's at this point when you reach up, kind of towards that final step, and the door is before you. You hear from far, far above you the sound of a screech of some kind of gigantic bird up in the sky. You can't see it, but this echoing, loud sound rings down to you.
I look towards Villian.
And she looks at you and is kind of shrugs. Like, what do you want me to do about it?
Probably the rock that we
Comfort.
were told about. So, yeah.
And she'll put a finger to her lips and make a shh gesture. And then so these doors are in front of you here, and they are these massive, huge double doors that look heavy as all get out. And you see that they have two big, like, pulley rings on them.
I'll try to shoulder into one,
Yeah.
trying to keep quiet. Without
Yeah, it becomes pretty clear to you that you're not going to be able to push these doors easily. So go ahead, and if you would like to push harder, yes,
Yeah.
make me an athletics check to see how you do.
I will help.
I'll risk the grunts.
Oh, I guess I should say, there's a description of the doors, you guys. Hang on.
Oh, God.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Hold on.
The steps end in front of a double door made from slabs of ice with dragon skulls and bones embedded in them. Carved into the lintel is a single word in the Dwarvish script. And you would be able to read that word as Grimskala.
It says Ice Castle.
Yeah.
Pretty sure that translates. Yeah. Oh yeah.
What'd you get?
It is a 16 plus 8, 24.
Okay, so you are pushing, and it takes some doing. But with that high of an athletics, you manage to shove open these gigantic doors with your tiny little body. And you
makes sense.
see, and you open up into a large entryway. You can see here that the ceilings in this place are about 30 feet tall, all around you. So absolutely made for giants. It is completely black on the inside here. There are no light sources. So what's the visibility situation now?
I have dark vision.
As do I.
I think Inga's the
Yeah, I'll cast Dark Vision on myself.
okay. Yes,
Turns and looks at Valian.
she seems fine. So maybe she's taking care of herself.
Hopefully.
So you can see now in this darkness, this long entry hall that doesn't really have any furniture or anything in it, but it does kind of curve down to the right, sort of beyond your vision. And that seems to be the only way to go here. You do see that there are like sconces on the walls, but like all of the torches in them have just been left to like either rot or fall apart or are missing.
The whole place seems like it's made out of ice.
So everything is just chiseled ice.
But it looks pretty nice. And well made or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. I mean, it looks pretty nice and well made. Yeah, made of smooth, opaque, chiseled ice with a bluish tinge. And you can see there's also like a layer of like cold fog, like when you walk into a deep freezer that just covers the floors wherever you go. So it's very eerie. Spooky.
Veronica looking at the walls. This looks exactly like that one place from that film that I watched where the woman was singing.
What is a film?
That play.
The puppet show? The puppet show.
It's what we have here.
What was that puppet show called? The Ring? Is that what? Yeah.
Oh no!
I thought it was gonna be a rom-com. Boy, was I wrong. That puppet just shot right out of the theater, just right out.
Gone forever.
Oh my lord!
I just had to. It was just the door was open. I'm like, I'm just gonna go.
It wasn't open. We had to push it open.
We had to
Wasn't locked.
It's open now. That's why.
All right, let's go down this hallway that leads off to the right.
Okay. Yeah, so you hang around this curve here, and you see the hallway stretches down even further, and there are a few different ways you can go. So at this point, the hallway continues pretty much all the way to what you would assume is the back of this area, and ends there in sort of a semicircular room that you can't really make out from this distance. That doesn't appear to have any doors. Also, by that alcove at the very end of the hall, you can turn left into a room that also doesn't have any doors. It just seems to be a larger room, but you can't see what's in that entrance. And in the meantime, on the right-hand side, there are two sets of double doors. So your options here, the closer set of double doors to you on the right, the further set of double doors to you on the right, you could just keep going all the way straight down to this kind of semicircular alcove. Or you could go all the way down the hall and go to the left, which there are no doors there. It just seems to open up into a bigger room.
For the doors that are closed that we can't see through, are they still like giant size?
Oh, yeah.
Could I look underneath them to get an idea what's in there? Is there enough of a like gap?
Like a 1 foot gap.
Right.
Let me see. And you know what? Yeah, I think so because normal doors have gaps. So yeah, totally. So why don't you go ahead and which door would you like to look in? The set double doors closest to you?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll
Yeah,
do
go ahead and make
perception check.
Yeah,
See if I can-
let's do a perception.
Keeping our ears open too.
14.
Okay. Yeah, so you kind of dip down underneath and like kind of shove your head under there. It's still not easy. I imagine it's still maybe like a foot. So you have to get on the ground and like, look under it.
Veronica will shapeshift her head into a halfling.
That is frightening. That is extremely
Just
frightening.
like regular body.
This is a
over,
horror
just like,
podcast. I have a tiny little head now on this
What?
normal sized body.
Hello, how can I help you?
Oh God. Okay, so you look up under this door, and I think that's more than enough to see what's going on in here. So at the far end of this room, you see a withered old frost giant leaning heavily on a great axe sits in front of a tall door in the far wall. The giant wooden stool upon which he sits creaks under his weight. As the giant stares at you with these cloudy eyes, you swear he's looking right at you, but doesn't seem to react in any way.
It will like scooch my way back and like up against the thing. There's a giant in there. Still tiny halfling head.
Oh,
There's a giant in
There's
there.
a giant in there, guys.
Oh, I speak giant. We could talk to giant.
yeah, me too. Yeah.
We are in the fortress of the enemy. I don't think that they're like going to just readily talk to us.
I mean,
Maybe, I don't know.
maybe they're like a prisoner or something. Is the door locked? Can we see like a big 3-foot wide keyhole
You
on it.
you didn't see like a big lock on there. It looks like it sort of the same deal as that outside door. It's still very heavy, so you'd have to like force to push it open, but it doesn't look like there was any kind of lock. And the giant, from what you saw, wasn't chained or anything in any way, and they had a weapon. He was kind of sitting there like creaking back and forth on this gigantic stool.
Look, a giant can be very rude if you don't know their ways, but I deal with giants all the time. You just say right thing.
I mean, the last time we dealt with giants, they brought up a bunch of bones and tried to kill us. But okay, I'll trust your judgment.
It's a good time though.
I mean, it was, but
Agreed. Good time indeed.
Should we take a peek on the other one before we start making friends?
Well, did Veronica share with us that the giant was looking right at her?
Oh, yeah.
True.
that's why she was like up against the wall, like,
Okay.
oh no, it saw me.
Well, clearly they know they're here, so it seems we deal with this now, or perhaps they follow us and we deal with it later, but either way, probably have to deal with it.
Yeah,
For sure.
Yeah, fair enough. Heave ho!
All right, so you're gonna push
No,
open these
knock!
doors.
Oh. Yeah, halfway through pushing, I'll
And then- yeah, so you knock on the door, your small little fist against this gigantic icy door.
It's metal. Though.
Oh my god.
And yeah, there's a knock. It's not super loud, but there's no response. You wait like an appropriate amount of time, and you don't hear like heavy footsteps or anything.
Now push open.
I
All
will
right,
help.
push athletics. Okay, with advantage as everybody's pushing it open.
It's 19 this go around with advantage.
Okay, so that is not enough to do it, actually. You needed 20 to push these open, but I will say with all three of you, like, working and pushing, it is much harder than the other one, for whatever reason, but you do manage to open it up, like, kind of a crack, and get your heads in the room, and that giant is sitting there on that stool, looking at all of you. Again, yeah, with these cloudy kind of eyes, and you see the giant, like, sort of shifts back and, like, kind of scratches the side of their face and like holding their axe.
I'll back you up, Inga.
Yeah.
In giant, Inga will say, "Oh, hello. That is very impressive weapon you have. You must be great weaponsmith."
And the giant sort of goes, "Ah!" and like looks around, kind of like swings their gaze really wildly across and like sort of like sticks a finger in their ear and rubs, and then is squinting around the room and kind of he like sort of almost thinks about standing up, but then like decides maybe he didn't hear anything and then sits back down.
This is now shouting. Inga will be like, "We're over by the doors. Hello, my name is Inga Selenin. I am local druid here to stop eternal winter with my friends."
And then when you like yell this across the room, the giant stands up to their full height and kind of brings the weapon around and yells, "Oh, death at last!" and kind of like clunks towards you until he gets about 20 feet away and sort of peers down at you. And as you're looking now and the giant kind of levels their face towards you, you see this giant is old. Old, like, and his eyes like are you can see how roomy and like the cataracts, and like you think he probably couldn't hear you or see you from your vantage point there as the giant leans down.
How you doing, old timer? And giant. Yeah.
Yeah, and this fellow is talking to you in giant as well. "Better now. It's been so long since I had an opportunity to die in valiant combat. You are here to end me, are you not, foes?" And he like holds his axe up menacingly.
And
Veronica-
this is what you wish.
Veronica, not knowing what's going on whatsoever, just like, I miss Minnie. She's doing okay.
Flash forward.
Right? It's like, speaking of old people, I wonder how many he's
Yeah.
doing. Like,
Oh. And you say that, Inga, and he goes, ah!
Okay, we fight. She turns to Veronica. We're
Oh.
fighting.
I swear to God, this is what you mean by you know how to speak their language? Ugh.
This is what he wants. He wants us to fight and die.
Okay, that's
All
fine.
right.
Let's go.
Let's roll some initiative.
Oh hell! All right.
Part of my job is keeping people from not turning into ghosts.
Yeah, we don't want a ghost out of this,
Gotta
this
kill him before
man.
they turn into
Oh,
ghosts.
Spirits are
gosh.
butts to deal with.
Yeah.
If you think this giant's bad now, just wait until it's dead.
We
You've
have to
already
fight a
fought the
giant made
dead
of bones. Yeah.
Exactly.
Freaking-
They're bigger assholes when they're dead.
That's true. Freaking Bone Daddy was not happy.
Sorry, Gob, what was that on your initiative?
Gob got a 14.
Okay, and Inga?
5.
Oh boy. And Veronica?
Dirty 20.
Okay. All right. Surprising to no one, the giant rolled a 1. So
Huh?
he's just like, "Yeah," as he's lifting up his axe. So Veronica, you have the first move here. You've heard Inga say, "Hey, he wants to die. I guess we're doing this," and it looks like he's getting ready to swing his ancient weapon towards you.
Okay. Veronica will just
Yeah.
run up and start big swinging at his kneecaps.
Owie!
God, I feel bad fighting this old man.
Brought this on
16.
yourself, old man.
A 16 will absolutely hit through this kind of the patchwork assortment of very old, sort of rusted armor that he seems to be wearing.
Oh dear. Oh no. It's poor. I feel so bad. 12, 13. So the first hit's 14 damage.
Okay, yeah. You get a solid hit, and he goes, ow!
Oh god.
The gates of
Alright.
Valhalla await me!
Hearing that, she rolled a 12.
To hit, no, you missed that second time. Yeah, I think
Right,
you're
he
like,
says that, and you're
"Oh,
like,
no."
no. Oh no, I'm done.
And then we go ahead, and Gob, we come to you.
Yeah, Gob would just immediately bolt for, I guess, a foot and
Yep.
try to make his way climb this tree. How big is the giant?
The giant is huge. So that's 20 feet?
Here we go. Yeah, he would, I guess, on his turn, I think he'll use his move and then do a dash and just climb as high up as he can. And
Yeah, I think he's not very reactive, so I'll just make it normal climbing, so it's, difficult to rain half your speed.
Okay, so 15 feet up.
Yeah.
Is that belly button area? or
Yeah,
something like that?
yeah, about so. You're halfway up.
All right, as
You're in the
I,
junk
Climbs in
zone.
his belly button.
Yeah.
as I cling to the whatever shirt he's wearing or armor.
Yeah, you can cling to he's got a long, like, white beard. You can
Oh,
hang
perfect,
on.
yeah. Shadow of the Colossus, hang on to the beard.
Yep.
And burn my action surge and just start, trying to hit him in the gut.
Boy.
Brought this on yourself, old man. Yeah, 2 attacks. Ooh, one's a natural 20, and the other is a 21.
Yeah, both of those hit.
Excellent. All right, so the nat 20. Okay, 7 times 14 plus 6. 20 points of damage for the first hit.
Woo.
And for the second is 8 points of damage.
Okay.
And I think might as well burn that bonus action and give him one more. right in the old gut.
They drive it home.
God.
That one was a 2
To hit?
plus 9, 11.
no.
Yeah.
So you get these 2 great strikes off, and he goes, "Uah! That's a Vicken, my queen! I'm coming!"
Is he?
And then we go down to Inga.
Oh boy. Oh, brilliant. All
Oh,
right,
good.
so we are first and foremost gonna cast, run up to this big boy and cast us. Wow. Man, he probably has really good constitution. All right, we'll throw a guiding bolt at him.
Okay.
Ooh, that is an unnatural 20.
Yeah, that'll certainly hit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hot dang. That is 19 radiant damage.
Woo!
Spicy.
Bessie.
Spicy.
Good. And he becomes illuminated. And
Yes.
your radiant starlight.
And then she will use her bonus action to take on the form of the archer as this constellation splashes across her body, and she'd go pew with a little radiant beam with
Pew.
pew for a 19 to hit.
Yeah.
Then dang, I can never find my d8s quickly. I don't know why. There we are. Max damage, and that'll be 12 more damage.
12 more damage. Yeah, I mean, you're great shots off on this guy. He's like, whoa, staggering backwards and getting punched as this is happening.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah. Okay, but then we come to my giant's turn, and I think since Veronica, you were the first one to hit him, he's sort of catching up here, so he's gonna go ahead and try and swing down this great axe with his full massive weight on you. So here we go. Oh yes, a 26 to hit, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, they get so much.
They do.
Wow. Okay, that is going to be 24 points of slashing damage as he brings down this great axe on you, and it sinks into your armor, like crunching into your body here.
My body.
Oh, but he's not done. He's still there. It's stuck in your armor, so he's gonna kind of swing it back up and try and do it again. Ooh, okay, 21 to hit.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm going to hold up
Ah.
before I'm going to use my
Star
my cosmic open to subtract
Whoa.
the d6 from your to hit roll.
Oh boy. Okay, so 21
So -4.
minus 4, so 17. Well,
That's my AC, so
Ah!
you tried.
Yar!
You tried. I'm here for it.
And the giant says, "Yes, death in righteous combat," and hits you for 28 slashing damage.
You wanted it too, right? Yeah.
Veronica falls to the floor.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
Ooh! And the giant's like,
Oh.
"I'll take you with me to the gates of hell." And then we bounce up to V. It's your turn, so make a death saving throw.
I'll heal you on my turn. I'm sorry, Boo.
Living frost giants, much worse than frost giant skeletons.
That's a 6, so that's a fail.
Ooh.
Mm,
Oh God. Okay. Well, Gob, you have been like holding on and swinging while this guy has been like chopping down at Veronica, and you can see his kind of roomy eyes are sort of like starting to move towards you. Like you're probably going to be the next target.
I'm just a bug.
Just a flea. Just a flea.
Don't mind me.
So it's your turn.
Oh, it is my
Yeah.
turn. Okay, gotcha. Well, after seeing, Veronica go now, I said, no! And I will, could I maybe do like a jump or an athletics kind of thing and jump from his beard onto the arm that's holding the axe?
Oh, I think you can probably, if you just want to climb like a little spider monkey, I think that's fine.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I would, make my way there until I get to the wrist of the arm. And say, you son of a bitch. And I'll just start just hammering on the wrist or whichever one is, holding onto the axe.
Ooh.
Hit that 2 times, and one of them will be a disarming strike.
Ah, okay.
So it'll be a strength saving throw.
Let's roll to hit first.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. That's a 12 plus 9, 21.
Yeah, that'll certainly hit. Okay, so
And-
strength saving throw.
Weak old man.
I'll go. Yeah, I only got a 12.
Oh yeah. Oh okay. So when you hit, disarm, the axe will fall to the ground. Oh, and I add the superiority die to the damage.
Yeah.
So, ooh, 8 and a 6, very good.
Nice.
So it's 22 points of damage. They drop the,
The
SUV
gigantic,
sized,
yeah,
whatever it
great
is.
axe.
Hank, like.
Yeah, so you smash and
On
you
Veronica.
feel these like
Oh no!
these ancient bones like just crackle, and the axe falls from his hand, and this guy's like, "Oh, what? Rude!" as it clatters to the floor. And he's like, "Where are you?" And kind of like reaching with his other hand, sort of towards you. Anything else for you?
I think that is all my bits. I guess I still have a bonus action that doesn't say it takes a bonus action.
No.
So I will I'll grab one of his fingers if I can and try to twist it back and just do a
Oh god!
I'm mad. My girl's on the ground.
Oh.
That is 16.
16 is not going to do it. It's 16. I'm sorry. It totally does it. Weird.
Oh, it does. Okay, great.
Yeah.
I'll try to bend it back and get it fired up. That is 7 points of damage.
Okay, yeah, so you like really drive it home, breaking at the finger of the wrist you've already shattered. And the giant, lets out this like gnarled cry.
Sure, his pinky's like 3 times as big as I am.
Yeah. It's like moving a log, like a small tree.
Right.
Oh god. All right, and then Inga. Oh, sorry. You right? Is that it, Gob?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then Inga, we come to you.
Inga's going to run over and extend a hand to Veronica and heal you for 22 points as she casts Cure Wounds.
Woo! That's nice.
Veronica opens her eyes. Oh god! Like she's for some reason fell to the ground just like perfectly like this. Like, what are you doing? Oh, thank you so much.
Just in case,
Yes.
And
of
the
course.
giant's like, "Oh, well, that's not fair."
All fair. And then she's going to pew another one of her bolts over at the giant as for her bonus action with a 25 to hit.
Oh, yes.
Pew, pew, pew. And 11 damage.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, you get another great hit off on this thing, and I mean, this giant never looked good to begin with, but it's definitely now he's bleeding and bruised, and like his hands is kind of hanging limply at his side at this point. And then we come to his turn, and he's gonna try and rip you off, Gob, and just hurl you across the room. So at this point, are you trying to stay on? Are you fighting to stay on?
Maybe, I guess it all depends.
Otherwise, I'm gonna throw you.
I guess I'd cling as much as I can.
All right.
Be
Then
a-
let's do
be a
like
little
a
tick.
grapple situation.
All right.
Reverse strength. If I win, I'm gonna throw ya. I got an 18.
Uh-oh. Let's see, athletics. That is a 10.
Okay.
Oh no.
So he rips you off of, his shattered arm and just hurls you as hard as he possibly can, like right across the room into the icy wall here. So I'm going to use this as his like ranged attack damage, except with you. So I'm going to...
that was the best.
I'm going to say...
Well, with you.
With you.
Except with you. So you take 24 bludgeoning damage as your body is thrown with such force against this icy sheer wall, and you kind of slide down to the ground, and you were
Are
thrown
you alive?
40 feet, by the way. And then with that, his arm is useless, so I'm going to say he can no longer use his great axe here. But he will pick up kind of a chunk of... Oh, I guess there's a clean floor in the room. So, yeah, with that, he'll just kind of peer over you all, like sort of breathing heavy and clutching his arm and like trying to pick up his axe in the other hand. And that's going to lead us to V. So you are on the ground, but alive.
Literally watches as Gob gets hurled into the wall. You see Veronica shoot up, and her eyes are red. Her hair is a mess. She's just not having any of it. So she is going to big swing at all these kneecaps to try to take this giant down.
Yeah. Cap this guy.
We're gonna kill this giant, and then we're gonna sleep in his room.
Yeah.
You right, old man.
All right. So the first one, it's 5. The first axe hit to his kneecaps is a 19 to hit.
19 will hit, yeah.
16. So that's the first one's 26 damage.
Yes. That, my friend, is enough. What does it look like when you take down this giant?
She goes to swing her axe and like at its kneecaps, and right before it hits, she pulls back, spins around, and just hurls her axe through the air, and it careens right into his forehead.
Yeah, so you do it. Yeah, that like discus up, and the axe lands. And with this like huge thud, I mean, the body of this thing, it's a huge creature. So the giant collapses, falls down on a knee, and then rapidly falls to the ground. And you see, his blood is starting to drip across his, pale blue skin. And he's like breathing heavy in a moment, and the eyes, start to kind of fade. And he says, "Thank you. Finally, I am free to join my family. Good night. Good night." And sort of
gives him a pat.
fades away.
Up in the back of the room, just on his back.
Huddle around. I hear you. Don't worry.
Sweet babies, come here.
Imagine, like Kellyanne's got like a nail file, just like
Right. She's just like sitting in the corner, like knitting. Like, oh yeah, I picked up macrame on their way over here. It's
Yeah,
fine.
she
Like,
wasn't in the room. She seemed to have gone around and kind of looked at some other doors.
No.
She's knitting sweaters for the undead.
Oh, no, the kobolds
I
are
love
knitting
it.
sweaters for her.
Right, I was gonna say.
Aw.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she doesn't
yeah,
really do
yeah.
that, but they love her.
That's fair.
They're
Yeah.
knitting like a little. It's got like a little emoji of her face, like with an eye patch and like a frowny face in the middle of this bright green puffy sweater, which she'll clearly
Bless.
never wear.
Obviously.
Oh, yeah.
Oh goodness. But yes, Inga will beckon you all to huddle around, and she'll cast a 3rd level healing spirit. So let me tell you how much we will all get back.
Got us down to 4.
Oh boy, yeah, that
Can't have you dying.
giants are
Yeah.
yeah. They're not. Don't mess with them.
My first ever D&D game was Storm King's Thunder.
Oh no.
So
So you know that lesson.
I'm like, so
You know that lesson well.
do well. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, so as you all are in this room, I will remind you that there was a door that Edgar's, his name was Edgard, that he was guarding at the back of the room. But there doesn't really seem to be anything else really besides this stool and this door.
Yeah. I guess once you get all healed up, go over, take one eyelid, close it, take the other eyelid, close it.
Oh, that's very sweet.
And
Put some coins like on his
They're so
eyes.
small.
Right, just like the
It's like on an eyelash. Oh.
right.
So we'll each heal, each of you will heal. Since I didn't get hurt at all, each of you will heal 20.
oh,
Damn,
cute.
Nice.
thank you, Inga.
It's
Ugh.
now a good time for a short rest since we have cleared this room. She motions to the dead giant.
It's weird that you said it like that, but okay.
I mean,
Yeah, I'm down.
Lillian's like, I suppose.
Okay.
It would be approaching night soon anyway, in which we would normally rest. So short rest, good. Only hour.
I will say, yes, if we are going to rest, we should make it quick. If it is nighttime, then ideally, Ara will be leaving soon. I would prefer to get the codicil while she is gone. Fighting a god, even a minor one, doesn't sound like an incredibly pleasant experience.
Yes. Not exactly easy to do when we are down 2 party members.
Yes. Yeah, so you all want to camp out, take a short rest?
Yup.
Yeah.
Sure.
Don't say I never let you take short rests. So while you all want to, hang out and do that, I'm gonna refill my drink. So.
Ooh, and do we want to start a giveaway right now?
Oh yes,
It is, yeah.
yes, we're gonna open up that dice giveaway on a short rest. So exciting, the action. So here for this beautiful set of dirty dice from RPG Dice. So the rules of this, we are gonna give you a word. You have to enter it in the chat, and you have to stay till the end of the episode to claim that spot. So stick around. Only enter if you're gonna be here through the end of the episode. So Sage, what is the word to win these beautiful black and gold beauties?
Exclamation point, dirty dice!
Dirty
Oh,
dice!
Pew,
So
pew,
make
pew,
sure
pew,
to type that in the chat, no space, dirty dice, and enter to win these sweet, sweet boys from RPG Dice. And also make sure to go to RPG Dice, dice spelled with a Y.com, and check out everything Joe makes. Cool. All right, entertain the people. I'll be right back.
Right. The sweet boys being the dice, not Joe and I.
Why not?
That's a separate charge. Like,
Oh man. Oh, it's good to be a fighter. Get all my shit back on a short rest.
Oh, being a fighter is the
Yeah.
fucking
I mean,
bees.
Warlock. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, what spells that I need? Thanks, they're all
Yeah.
back.
Goblin Veronica
Yeah.
high five. Get all the shit
Yeah, we're all
back.
short rest people. Yeah, I get my
Mhm.
wild shapes back on a short
Oh.
rest.
Hell yeah.
I don't get my spells, but those go a long way.
I literally thought about casting Accursed Spectre when I killed this guy, but I was like, no, you've done enough. Let your spirit go. I was
Inga would
like,
be a little bit upset if you were like, and now we're going to animate you after death.
right. And I was like, I'm mad that you threw Gob at the wall, but I'll let it slide. He did gut punch you a bunch of times, so it's
Yeah, he did.
appropriate.
Oh man.
I wonder if Velian can speak with dead, because that would be very handy to talk to this man now that he's not focused on dying.
I mean, assuming he even answers, like, she'd be like, I cast Speak with the Dead. Beep, boop. Boop, boop. Doesn't look like anyone's
Fair.
answering.
Yes. We had a list of her spells, right?
Ah.
She showed
Oh,
us her,
actually, I
spell
did
book
pull up
earlier.
her. I did pull up her stat block. Let me see here. Speak with the dead is like a cleric thing. She probably doesn't have it.
Isn't she a necromancer though?
I miss Xena.
Right. Right.
I know, right? Xena,
like,
Minnie,
Minnie.
I
I miss
need
Xena.
you. Yeah, no, she doesn't have
Little
speak with dead.
Oh, boo.
It's like,
Boo.
Grandma.
She has animate dead though. We could animate the giant and have it come with.
Wouldn't that be something? Oh man.
Wait, you were gonna be mad at me
Oh.
for taking its spirit, but Inga's like, oh no, just animate its dead body. I guess his spirit's not in it anymore, so yeah.
Exactly. His spirit can rest. We're just using what's left over, but no, it has to be a medium or smaller, so we can't
Ah,
Oh, that
have a
makes sense.
giant walk around with us, which is
Right.
a bummer, but I guess fine.
I mean, like the ultimate meat shield, like
Yeah, true enough. Man.
Wow, y'all did so good. You survived a fight with an old man.
You taught that old man a lesson.
right. How do we
He's
how
like,
many
"Please
times
kill
do we have to
me!"
keep
You taught him
teaching
a
you this
lesson.
lesson, old
Yeah.
man? Like,
Please kill me. I want to die. I also like how nobody asked any questions about what what was going on there. It's good.
it's Icewind Dale, so at this
Ask
point
him
you're
so
just
to
like
see.
just go
Everything
with
is
it.
terrible.
Right, like-
and it's all terrible.
I didn't think he'd really like stop and talk to us about it. He seemed pretty focused on.
Kill me.
He barely knew we were there half the time. Like
Oh, man.
This is a horror campaign.
Right.
Everybody. No.
somewhere, but not right here.
Yeah, so during this short rest, do you all want to go ahead and open up that small room and investigate what's going on there?
Oh yeah, we look at all the stuff.
Oh, yeah. So behind him, you open up the door and it's just, a small room, like the size of a giant's coat closet. So, I mean, a nice, 1-bedroom apartment. And so in there, you see is just heaped on a pile on the floor a bunch of coins and other treasures and a couple different things. This seems to be some kind of small treasury pile.
Ooh.
So
Looking around a little bit.
you can sort through it. Are you ready to write everything down? Somebody?
Oh fuck.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
we got
no.
Wait,
we got some
all
old
right.
school treasure to dole out, baby.
All right, I'm ready for that 596 gold pieces
Yep.
with the
copper
face
pieces?
of Strahd's face. on
Here we
it.
go. Here
Oh,
we go.
no.
Here we go. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Wow, wouldn't that be weird? Weird crossover. So there's 1350 gold pieces. So 1,350 gold pieces. 4,400 silver pieces. 7,800 copper pieces. 4 gold rings sized for giants, so like gold ass hoops.
Hula hoops.
So,
yeah,
hula
right.
hoops.
Gold ass hula hoops.
You know what they say, the bigger the hoop, the bigger the hoe.
Yeah.
Like-
Oh, these giants had fun. It was so cold. What else was there to do?
Right.
And those are worth 150 gold pieces each, as a note. There is a giant-sized shield made of white dragon scales, which is super impressive. You're not sure
That's
if you
metal
could
as fuck.
even sell this. It's
Right.
huge. So there's that. And then you have a 2-foot-tall, 50-pound chipped statuette of some kind of giant made of ice that doesn't melt. If you want to try and identify it, you certainly can.
Yeah, I might do it.
Like a history check, maybe?
Oh, so good at history. Back in giant.
Why do
class.
you speak giant? Maybe
I took
there's a
giant
reason.
in college.
Oh, yeah.
And for like 2 semesters.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But so it's a 15 minus 1.
Okay, 14. Okay. So giants have some pretty notable, if you know the basics of the language, you probably know the basic gods. So you think that this is a depiction of Rime, who is the evil frost giant god. Like, that's like the one big god. The god of slaughter and murder and warfare. Rime. Pretty sick
What
guy.
a nice boy.
Yeah.
Concerned, yeah.
So you think maybe to the
damage.
right buyer, this might be worth like 50 gold pieces?
Rime of the Frostmaiden.
Rime of the Frostmaiden. Boom. Did it. And then you
Sorry.
see something kind of odd. It's like a big ceramic jug. And looking at it, you're definitely getting a magic vibe from this. And I'll say you can play around with it for a bit. It's an alchemy jug.
Oh, I heard about the.
It can summon
Mayonnaise!
50 pounds of mayonnaise and other stuff. That's
That's
more
all.
useful, but that is a very good notable detail.
Oh, that,
Knobs locked on mayonnaise. I just can't.
Yeah, I just can't.
There's no other option. The dial's broken. I'm sorry. I don't know what happened.
I don't know. It's just mayonnaise all the
Set
time.
phasers to mayonnaise. All right.
We're going to solve the food crisis in Icewind Just eat mayonnaise.
oh, God.
Whoa.
Oh, God.
Horror
It's
podcast.
probably too cold for like chicken eggs for mayonnaise. Do you have to use like just like one dragon egg and it's like the best aioli ever?
Yeah. Aioli, and it's so much.
Way
so
more
much
than you
aioli.
How big is the jug?
So it's like I'm doing this with my hands, like the podcast listeners can understand. It's like 2 basketballs stacked on top of each other.
Wow,
It's pretty
that's quite
big.
large.
Yeah, it's like a lovely vase. It's something you would use maybe to like hold water in,
Except the water's mayonnaise.
except the water is mayonnaise, or it can be water, because it's an alchemy jug, or it can be oil. It is a
Barbecue
magic item.
sauce.
Everybody, look up alchemy jug.
Or a vinaigrette.
Vinaigrette.
Sonic, it's fine. I want. What are you making with the
Who wants to hold it?
alchemy jug? Buffalo sauce.
Buffalo sauce? I want some hot wings.
Joe. Oh my god, yes. Yes.
I have some tapatio in my alchemy jug.
Oh god. Oh, it's filled
Yes.
with sriracha.
Guys, it doesn't say that in the player's handbook, and I would really appreciate if you...
Stop.
We're
You're
just-
breaking immersion.
Wow.
We're gonna invent sriracha in this world. They're gonna be like, "Oh, this is spicy. It's gonna keep
shit.
me warm."
It's spicy,
Like-
but it's kind of good. On this knucklehead trout, it's banging.
great. Like,
Oh my god.
everyone had.
So did we get the bag of holding? We had a bag of holding, right?
No.
No.
Y'all are basic.
Uh,
Oh,
Well, I filled
I'm pretty
my...
sure bag of holding is just as basic. Like,
Yeah, that's true.
No, this is
We
a
don't have an
official
artificer.
WotC adventure. We are basic. You do not get fun, useful items for freeze.
oh no.
Gosh. Put as much gold as we can in the alchemy jug, and then drop that to somebody. I guess.
Oh, good. Get your mayo
Great.
and your
Right.
gold mixed up.
That's all I want is
Disgusting.
mayo coated gold pieces.
You can
like-
carry between the three of you. You can handle carrying that many coins.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, I could carry like
Inga can
so
carry.
much.
Yeah, it has like 4 times a human's carrying strength or whatever the fuck.
yeah.
Load her up like a pack horse.
Gonna be on jug duty.
Perfect.
All right.
We'll do the trade.
Inga's got a big jug. Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh, good.
Cool.
Was that a shimmy? Thank you. Thank you, Sage. Okay, so you kill this old man and you take all this stuff, and it's pretty cool. And then you're left in this room.
You think Gob would be able to wrench off maybe one white dragon scale off of this giant shield?
Yeah. You just won. You can totally do it. It's cool. It's shiny. It's like pearl.
Is it like a frisbee size or something like that?
It would probably be from a smaller dragon, so like maybe a palm sized.
Cool.
Yeah.
Grab
Yeah.
that and the evil cursed statue, I'm sure. Yeah, in the bag. Here you go.
Yay, cursed statue. Made of ice that never melts. Weird.
Okay.
Keep my drinks
Weird.
Keep your drinks cold.
Put that in the jug so it's always cold.
Good. Cold mayonnaise is the only thing better
Oh
than
my
cold
God.
mayonnaise.
No, someone turn the dial to like sangria. That's what I want in the alchemy jug.
Oh man,
Just, like,
that would be a
bloop.
party. That would be a party. So, did we want to continue on from out of this room?
no,
After
we're
we
just gonna
felt
sit here and
rested
get drunk.
No.
Quick.
That's the podcast now. No,
Right?
yes, let's go and
We
head
can-
to the other doors on the right.
Definitely, yeah.
All right. So you step back out into this hallway and continue down towards the right. So this set of double doors here is very close to the entrance to that semicircular alcove, and then also that entryway to the left. So kind of when you come in front of those doors, you can peer into both of these rooms here. So what you see in that semicircular room at the very end of the hall, you can make out that there is in that room, there was probably furniture and something in there, but it's all been smashed. But you can tell that in the center of the floor is a staircase that leads downwards. So that's the landing. So there's clearly a dungeon level below this one. But you can't really see what else is going on in the room. And then the room to the left here that doesn't have this doorway is a very large room, an immense hall that goes super deep. You can see, that you can just tell that there's a really big room on that other side, though you can't see the full details of that room. And you want to peek your head under the doors here?
Yeah, might as well.
Yes.
Sure.
Okay. Then you peek down. Frost covers a bloated trestle table that stands amid rotting barrels and casks in the middle of what used to be a kitchen. Storage racks along the walls have collapsed into piles of rotted timber, along with the jugs, tankards, and drinking horns that once rested on them. A roasting spit lined with icicles is mounted above a 10-foot diameter iron brazier coated with rime and situated near the back wall. So looking up, you're like, this was probably a really impressive kitchen once.
Hear like audible gurgling
Yeah.
growls from Gob's stomach.
So hungry.
We ate on the whale. Simmer down.
Eyes get glassy.
I've never eaten before in my life.
We should check it out, right?
Might as well before we head downstairs and hope something doesn't follow us down there.
All right. Combine all your mights to heave this door open.
Oh yeah.
Gotta redeem myself. Oh yeah, and I'm feeling much better. All right. We'll sit with advantage. 16 plus 8.
There
20. What,
Yes.
24.
That will be more than enough. So you swing open this door, and you all can walk in and around, and it becomes pretty clear to you that there really isn't much left in this area. All like the jugs and barrels and everything have been rotted or cracked, or nobody has used this kitchen in a very long time. There's nothing really here.
Just tears.
Just sadness.
Just disappointment.
All right.
The empty giant.
Just
can.
hanger.
Oh yes. All right, let's go.
Okay. So there is that semicircular room that had the staircase in the middle, or this very large hall towards your left.
Very large hall.
Yeah.
Did you say the staircase went down or up?
Down.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'm gonna say hall.
This castle went pretty high though, too.
It did.
Oh. Can we look
I mean,
at like Veli and be like, is the book up or is it down or what?
Why do you think I would know that?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, you right. Like,
Okay, girl. Yeah. So you want to poke your head around the wall and see the Great Hall?
Yeah. That sounds
Okay.
good.
So, in the middle of this immense hall stands a 30-foot long, 10-foot wide, 10-foot high dining table carved from ice and surrounded by a dozen blocks of ice that once served as chairs. Wooden braces against the west wall hold a pair of 14-foot-long bugles made from hollowed-out mammoth tusks. An ascending staircase of ice in the southwest corner has mist rolling down it. So you see at the front of this, must have been a feast hall, these like gigantic carved mammoth horns that were probably like, could be heard from, miles from here if you were to blow into them.
Cool.
And there is indeed that staircase that leads up in the corner of this room.
Should we go up or down? What do you think?
I mean, if we go up, we'll probably run into Oral of her getting on her rock to cast. So,
Do you think a poetry room would be in the basement?
oh no, it's most definitely upstairs.
Well, if we wait after 8 hours rest, I could cast locate object and tell you exactly where it is.
We don't have that long. She's probably either left at this point or is going to leave very soon. We shouldn't push it and wait 8 hours at this point.
Also, that's a very specific amount of time to wait, Inga dear.
Yes. How strange.
I have to take a nap, and then during dawn when I prepare spells, then I could do that.
Well, for the time being, I think perhaps we should explore downstairs if we think we're still going to run into Arl up above. Who knows?
Downstairs it is.
Again, pro avoiding a fight with a god.
Yeah. All right. Let's go.
Yeah.
Everything else we've taken down since we've been here.
The one ancient dude.
We punched someone
The head
punched a dragon out of the sky.
That wasn't here.
I'm saying in Icewind Dale
know.
specifically.
Oh. And the whole thing.
All
this
that
mess. Okay. So, you're heading back to that little semicircle room?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So as you step through the archway of this room, you see 6 slender gargoyle-like creatures made of ice squat on ledges 20 feet above the ground that protrude from the wall of this semicircular chamber. Near the back wall, the mist that blankets the floor flows down a staircase made of polished ice. So you see these 6 figures that look an awful lot like the tour guide who is leading you around, are kind of perched up on this ledge high above you, and they're sort of shifting back in place and like looking down at you all. But they're not like making any hostile movements. They just seem to be tracking you as you enter.
I don't know.
I don't like this. Inga,
Yes.
what do you think? Should we just enter in or not and ignore all the riffraff up there, or should we take them out first?
Well, I see no harm in trying to pass by and then see if they react.
They could be cool.
They could be cool.
Yeah, their one was cool.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Do any of you have rolling papers and tobacco? Perhaps cigarettes would also make them amenable.
Oh yeah, that's true. No, I'm trying to
Trade
quit
smokes for
acting
passage.
it. Yeah.
That's the troll toll.
I do got 50 feet.
Hey, you gonna pay the toll or not? Anybody have tobacco?
It's got a lot of hemp rope.
Velian will like go, "Ugh," and then hand you a pouch.
What? What? All right. Sure, Jan. That's fine. Like,
What? I can't enjoy the occasional cigarette? You don't know me.
Also,
Oh.
tobacco has healing purposes. Anyway, Inga will stride forward.
Sure. Are you doing rollies? Or are you
Rolling,
just like,
yeah.
okay. So you're
Oh yeah, we're
rolling.
rolling sig. We got pretty good. We've got like a 16 dexterity. We got those fine motor skills.
Yeah,
to roll
okay.
a sweet.
So
sweet
these
spliff.
creatures cannot currently understand you. So how are you conveying this? What skill are you using to like? Is it a persuade, or are you doing like a
Okay.
performance? Or are you really selling them with your like good sleight of hand? Like, look what I can do, holding the cigarettes, like, oh yeah, smelling them, like putting them up. What?
Ooh, okay. All right. Let's see. Yeah, let's go. Let's go with sleight of hand. And yeah, you can see like she's, like very clearly taking care to do this, like,
Mm.
with very mindfully. And then after she's rolled like 4 of them, she'll offer them out to them. And she'll like with her fingers make a little fire.
Whoa!
It's like,
Yeah, this
It's
is pretty
just
cool.
the
Go ahead and
cigarette?
go ahead and roll with advantage on that, like sleight of hand while we're doing all those.
Oh yeah. Nice. That is a 22.
Oh damn, yeah, you making this look so good. As you're, doing this and like, yeah, you light the flame and you can see that these mephits are like sort of like leaning down. They're all focused on you. And like they all kind of look at each other and then one of them sort of hops down and you all hear the sound of like wind tinkling through a breeze as this thing is clearly talking to you. Like on the ground, you can't understand it, but it's like inquisitive.
Yeah. Inga will turn to Velia and be like, "Could you translate for us, please?"
No, I'm sort of out of that kind of juice for the day.
It was so much before, yeah.
right.
Right.
I don't know, just give them the thing.
How have you made it through life this long? How? Why are you like this, Billy?
You know what? Whatever. That's good tobacco. I'm giving those things.
Do you want to find your core set of light or what?
Codicil of white.
Cool.
Sounds good.
Corset of light.
light.
So Inga was extending all of these to them, and she'll motion to her ears like can't, and then make the like the no gesture, and then like trying to convey that she can't understand them.
Okay, yeah, and the mephit looks at you and kind of nods its head, and then like reaches out a hand, like a "gimme please" hand for the cigarettes.
Oh yeah, and she'll place them in its little fingies, little snow fingies.
Okay, and it'll put one in its mouth and it'll lean in, like for you to light it.
Oh yeah. she'll gently, very gently offer the flame forward.
Yeah, and it does, and it takes like a long drag and kind of like nods, and all the other ones up above, you hear like that whispering like wind sound going around as they're all talking to each other. And they all start coming down and like grabbing some smokes and then climbing back up, to their perches. And this one, gives you a big thumbs up.
It definitely gives you a thumbs up back.
Yeah.
Out of all the things that we have seen and dealt with throughout Icewind Dale, this is the strangest. And we literally just traveled 2 days underwater on a whale. But this is where I draw the line. Like, Ronnie just throwing her hands up, just like walking, like, I can't, I'm done, let's go. Like,
yeah, Velian's is like, the security here is terrible.
Security.
This is a mess. So I mean, yeah, they don't stop you at all if you want to continue on down the stairs. They're cool.
Yeah. Don't look a good. Yeah.
Let's
go.
All right.
Great.
Don't smoke, kids, unless you're an elemental, because then it doesn't matter.
Right.
It all just goes back to the primordial, planes. So you continue down the stairs, and you make your way into here we go. The staircase descends into a vaulted chamber. A 9-foot high railing of sculpted ice hugs the staircase as it descends to the chamber floor, which, like the stairs, is smooth and gleaming. A walrus, as big as an elephant, is having a grand old time rolling and sliding on the ice, paying you little heed. So as you walk down the steps, you see this room opens up, and it's got a bunch of different arms that branch off this kind of central floor that's just been completely covered in ice. And you just see, yes, this big brown walrus is just sliding across and like flips onto its back and pushes itself off a wall and slides back across the room.
This place is wild. Yeah.
Just slide.
Sounds like fun though. Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, so you all are kind of standing at the steps here. If you were to step down, you would be stepping onto this slippery ice floor. So what are you all doing at this point?
Edging towards the ice a little bit. Does the walrus look friendly?
Oh yeah, so you step down onto the ice, and the walrus, I suppose, will eventually notice you if you're stepping down. It kind of turns its big body over and like slaps a fin over, and it's laying on its side looking at you, and it's going, it's going, oh, did you come to help with the rink?
Oh no.
And it says that in common, by the way. It says out to you all.
What rink?
Oh, I got really bored. I was supposed to be guarding, but then I put water on the floor, and now it's a really cool ice rink. And I was just wondering if you were here to be cool about it, or if we're going to have a problem.
No, we're cool. Us. We all. Maybe not her.
You point at Velian.
No, we're cool.
Oh.
No, you're cool, Inga. It's definitely pointing at Velian.
I'm here to be cool. And Gobble jump forward and slide on his breastplate and have some slipping and sliding fun.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, if you're here to be cool, like that's fine. Just like don't mess anything up, because I'm like supposed to be guarding, but like I didn't ask to be put here or like awakened, so whatever.
Self-awareness is a bitch for sure.
It's
Yeah.
like annoying. Like one day I was totally cool eating some fish and then bam, I'm like supposed to be like guarding a stinky dungeon? Like, excuse me, no.
I quite agree. It's terrible. You should be outside enjoying water and fish and life.
Right? Yeah, I guess. Though that sounds like super boring now too though. See, like everything is ruined. Ugh, but whatever. As long as you're fine, you're not like those like big stinky jerks who like come down here and are like, oh, like sacred book and like whatever, As long as you're not like that, we're not going to have a problem. Go wherever you want. I don't care.
You know what would be really funny is if we mess with sacred book.
I mean, I guess, but like, I don't know. The door is like super locked. You have to do like some kind of like test or something. I don't really know. I didn't really pay attention at orientation.
There was an orientation, like.
Yeah, there's like these like people who come down and like wear like dead animals, which I'm like, oh hello, like you're talking to me and you're wearing dead animals, you creep.
So insensitive.
Like extremely. Right? And they're all like, oh, like do your job, Ukama, like do your job. And I'm like, oh my god, I'm not gonna talk to you. You're like wearing dead, like a dead fox. Like what the hell?
It's terrible. Really, just so bad.
Yeah, no, it's like ridiculous. So
Gob's just going.
Yeah. So as you look at the room, you find out very quickly this is like a snowflake pattern. If you can imagine it here. So you came down from this like northwest kind of stairs that dropped you into this central area, but you see that there are 6 arms that branch off of this area here, and Ukama, the walrus, is just sort of sliding around between these 6 passageways. So there are 5 of them appear to have doors. Oh, wait, no. All 6 of them have doors. So basically you could go to any of these, 6 sides and branches and try and open up these doors. But you cannot see any other passageways beyond this.
Casual as I can while we're slipping and sliding and maybe having fun, carousing. Try to bring us up. Ukima. Which one of them doors has that stinking book in it?
Okay. Well, go ahead and make me an acrobatics to see how cool you are. Because if you're not cool, Ukama doesn't want to talk to you. Obviously.
Cool fella.
Yeah.
18 plus 5, 23.
Okay, you're really cool. What's a sick trick you do?
I push my leg off the wall and I just spin super fast as I go. Oh!
Yeah, she seems
Cool
pretty impressed. She kind of slides by, and she's like, "Okay, well, like that one," and she points to the north tunnel. Has some kind of like big tomb that I think there's like a giant lady who used to be like the queen or whatever, but then she like super died. So she's buried there.
Bummer.
And then that one, and she points to the one directly to the south. And that's like a vault, I guess. I mean, I've never actually seen it, but like the big, the people with like the stinky dead animal outfits go in there a lot. So maybe it's in there.
Cool.
Yeah, and then there are like these tests, right? And so like to go into the vault, you have to take all the tests.
Is the math?
I don't know. I don't like tests, so I've never done them.
Oh.
But like if you go the other directions, I think it's the tests. So you can't go in the door until you do the tests.
Oh, one of them.
And that thing. So that's where all the the animal people can go in there because they've all done the tests and they're all really hot for oral or whatever. Like I don't really get it, but
Hearts for Ice Queen. It's funny.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah, it is.
Right.
I love this walrus so much. Ukima, you are great. Don't
Thank
ever
you. I've been
forget.
trying to tell them that. Are you hiring? I can like do guard duty.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll get back.
I'm
to
like
it.
really great at that.
I'm like really good at being a guard.
Man.
Oh my god.
Do we
So
pay you in
beautiful.
fish? Like how does that work?
Yeah, or what? I mean, what do you have? What do people with like awareness like money? Is that something? No, you pay me in money and fish.
Oh,
What do you
getting too
What?
smart.
Oh my god, we're gonna start a union by the time we
I don't know.
leave
I
this
do what I
castle.
want.
We're
Don't
gonna be
ask me like
unionizing.
what I'm gonna do.
Oh my god.
You're figuring it out.
Oh my god.
So-
I was like, what do walruses need money for?
Oh my god.
Yeah. As we're, like a slip
Never
sliding
mind.
around, looking at the different doors, is there any indication on the ones that she pointed out as the test doors? Is there like
Yeah.
1,
So
2,
you want to
3?
kind
a
of
peek.
investigate?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it looks like, let me just make sure I'm saying this correctly. Yeah, so all of the doors are the same in general appearance. So the walls of this oddly shaped room are etched with elaborate panoramas of winter scenes. Set into the back wall is a door inscribed with a large snowflake. A single word is carved into the lintel above it. So you can see that the one that leads to the northwest, the door carved above the door is cruelty. The door to the northeast, when you look at it, oh my gosh, is it says endurance. The door to the southeast, when you look at it, has the word isolation carved above it. And then the door to the southwest, you see part of the lintel that has the description on it has been cracked off and has fallen. So you can't make out the first part of the word, but the second part is ervation.
Probably preservation, I would guess.
Yes, I guess I'd relate all that back to everybody. It looks like which one we want to do.
I mean, should we all take a particular door and figure it out from there, or should we take one door altogether?
Don't leave me.
Ukuma will say,
Don't leave me.
I've seen groups go in. I've seen like one at a time, like whatever. I think everybody who goes into the room has to do the test. So, I don't know. They'll send like big groups of like newbies in to like do them at once. I don't know, like team bonding or something.
Has anybody
Probably.
died?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah, cool.
I mean,
I don't
that's
know,
to be
they're, like,
expected.
yeah, they're really into that kind of stuff. So.
Yeah, it seems like they were pretty into dying.
Yeah, I mean, they like have a creepy tomb, like that way, and it points to the north. Like, so yeah,
Lady.
that's
Little tusks.
yeah with the tusks, yeah, like throwing their body.
See, I think Gob would probably be drawn to the endurance store.
Veronica would want to go through the cruelty door.
Ooh.
And Inga would want to go to the endurance door as well.
Okay, so I will say, this probably just works narratively better if you all go to one door at a time. You have to do all four. So we want to do endurance. Seems like 2 votes for endurance.
We'll do cruelty second. How's that sound?
All right, that's fine.
Mhm.
All right. So you head to this door here. Let me make sure I have the right one. Okay. So yeah, you come up to the door and you're all standing in front of it. Do you open it?
Open it.
Knock, knock.
we
Just
go.
drop kicks in the door in. Just, ugh.
And as you do, your surroundings vanish in a flurry of snow and ice. When your vision clears, you find yourself in a raging snowstorm, standing at the edge of a Regeg tribe's camp in the process of being dismantled. The nomads work feverishly to tear down their tents and pack them onto dog sleds. A few of them spot you and brandish their weapons. A tall figure stands out among them, calls out, "We shall not lie down and die for your pleasure, emissaries of Arl. Begone, vultures!" So as you're looking around, there is no, dungeon behind you at this point. You have been thrown into the middle of, this snowy field. And as a reminder, the Regeg tribes are these 4 nomadic tribes, mostly comprised of humans that wander about Icewind Dale. You, Sage, your character would be very familiar with them. They follow the reindeer herds and, live. They're sort of your, traditional barbarians in the sense of Dungeons and Dragons. And so this tall figure is looking at you all and like nope, we want none of this, as the rest of his people are very quickly seeming to disassemble their camp, kind of in a state of panic.
Wait, can I look around and is everyone with us? Do we look the same or anything?
Yeah,
like that?
you all look the same. You can tell, you feel the biting wind and chill of this place, and something in the air is giving you that familiar feeling that probably a blizzard is coming any minute now. But yeah, you are cold, you are miserable. This feels very, very real.
Inga will call out to the tall figure and say, "All of our odds are better if we work together." And the swishing of
Screaming over
Right.
the growing wind. Inga, as you're looking at this person, why don't you go ahead and make me I want some kind of check to see if you know who this is. You very well might. So maybe a history or nature, I would accept probably, because they're part of your kind of environment.
Yeah. Cool. All right, we'll go with nature. So bad.
Oh, yeah.
8.
Yeah, you have a hard time telling, I don't know, these human tribes all sort of, they wear these big bundled clothes. You're like, I don't know. You do know that there are some very nasty Regeg tribes out there, but this one, they haven't openly attacked you yet. So this might be one of the nicer tribes out there. So yeah, you call that out, and this tall figure sort of considers you and just, "If you're gonna help, get over here and help. We've got to move."
She'll
Yeah.
gesture.
And we'll all go running forward to try to help out where we're needed.
Yeah.
Put them
Breaking stuff
snowshoes
down.
on.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, you absolutely can. And there's plenty of work to be done if you want to pitch in. These people are, popping down these tents that are very much meant to be mobile. And people are slinging up these, huge packs and preparing for clearly a trek across the snow. And while you're here, everybody's looking at you very suspiciously. I mean, you appeared out of nowhere in the middle of the camp, but they're not going to, not accept help at this point.
Not look a gift centaur in the mouth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. As you all prepare, and the wind does pick up, and this fierce roaring fills the sky as you all finally, the camp comes together, and you begin to trek. And this tall figure calls out, "We're making our way towards the next hunting site. Keep up, or you'll be left behind. We don't have time to stop."
Making a way downtown, walking fast, faces fast.
I'm
and
power
bound.
walking. I'm power walking.
We're coming.
Okay. All right, let me get some math here. Yeah, so you begin to
it's a
walk.
math.
You begin to walk. And clearly these people have no intention of taking breaks or resting or stopping. This kind of forced march seems to be something that they're very used to. So the hours stretch on. You are going, you are walking. It comes 4 hours of this, rolls into 5, 6, 7, 8 hours, and you are being pushed to the very absolute limits of your physical strength at this point, especially with everything behind you. You haven't rested in this amount of time. So at this point, I need everybody to make Constitution saving throws for me to see if you can keep going.
Jam.
Nice. 18.
17 plus 5.
22.
Dirty 20.
Okay. So you all manage to keep going. So you steal your reserves and you keep going and going and going and following, and then another hour rolls around. And I need you all to go ahead and make me saving throws once again.
Gabi. Not
17.
as good. But,
14.
I've got an 11. It's actually really cold right now. Yeah.
It's actually really cold. So, Gob, you are going to take a level of exhaustion at this point. So, you take the first level, which means you basically have disadvantage on everything.
Ability checks, right? I think.
Yeah, it's all ability checks at this point.
Veronica will see Gob kind of like stumble and fall as he's like trying to make his stubby legs through the snow, and she'll just like pick him up for a hot second, like, come on, this is difficult, like throw him on her back.
Yeah.
Icicle boogers coming out.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's so cold. Like, I know, sweetie, I know.
And so you continue on, and yet another hour comes, and the tribe has no indications of stopping. You are still on for more of this, so yeah, roll those saves for me.
15.
Okay, that will barely make it.
I got a 4.
Oh boy!
Natural 20.
Holding on to Gob. I'm like, okay, you're getting a little
you two
heavy
are
now.
struggling in the back, trading like moments of speed. But yeah, you are going to take a level of exhaustion, Veronica, as this is just it's getting to be too much. Gob, I believe you're rolling with disadvantage now, aren't you?
I think that's a higher level.
Oh, okay, cool.
If I'm not mistaken, yeah.
All right. Then you continue onwards.
God, you're carrying me now.
Another hour, babies. Go ahead and roll. We're in this test of endurance.
I will transform it as something smaller so that you don't have to struggle as hard.
Oh,
I appreciate that.
Right.
19.
Damn. Inga just don't give a fuck. Inga was made for this.
The Angus people are like nomadic to
we're
this land. Like,
Yeah.
We're only semi-nomadic. We only do this shit twice a year because it sucks.
Yeah.
sucks.
That's fair.
I believe it.
14.
Gob got an 8.
Ooh, okay. A 14
Veronica's actually pretty good.
just makes it, Veronica, but an 8 will absolutely fail.
Switch back. Like, we're literally just doing this dance of like, okay, I'm tired. You hold me now. Okay. Like,
I'm
So
so tired.
Another level?
Yep. So you have 2 levels of exhaustion.
oh.
So you have disadvantage on ability checks, and your speed is now halved. That doesn't really matter for factoring this in, but things are getting very hard.
Double Charlie horse. Oh.
Ah! All right, and another painful, awful hour rolls around. So go ahead. Go ahead.
I...
Oh, let's go.
All right. See.
All right, 15. We're good.
16.
Killing.
18.
Okay, all right. You all make it through this hour. The DC is increasing, by the way, so don't get cozy.
Right. When were we ever cozy?
I mean, you're all like, I'm fine. I got a 15. I'm like, well,
Nope,
apparently, man.
absolutely not. Not in Iceland, Dale. I'm not cozy.
Actually.
Like,
another fucking hour rolls around of these people trekking through the snow.
Damn it. 7.
Fuck.
17.
10.
Okay, so Veronica, you are the only one this hour who succeeds.
Dragging both of them by like the hair.
So, God,
behind
you
me.
have 3 levels of exhaustion now.
Yeah.
So you have disadvantage on attack rolls and saving throws.
Good God.
How are you all feeling? You've been hard marching now for 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 hours. How are you all doing?
I feel so warm.
I hate everyone and everything.
It
Wait,
gets to that point.
is Belly Ann here? Is she with us?
Oh, yeah, I guess she would be here.
roll them checks, because if she
Okay.
dies, she dies.
She died.
I had nothing to do with it. It's fine.
No, she's fine. She has 2 levels of exhaustion. But she's keeping up. And being real fucking quiet about it. She's one of
Right.
those, like,
The
Eye of the Tiger mode.
determination.
Yeah.
After 13 hours, it's just that point where, like, you just, even beyond feeling nothing, you start to feel warm, and it's that madness that starts to creep in at the edges of your consciousness, where you're like, no, I could take my jacket off. I'm really warm.
Yeah.
Sweat actually.
I'm
You're like, I'm actually sweating.
Yeah, that means you're going to die.
Yeah, and
Science
it's that-
moment. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And it's that fighting to be like, no, keep your clothes on.
I think I've
You're
seen
literally
a snowman.
succumbing to hypothermia. Like,
Yep. And so 1 more hour continues on, pushing and pushing. Disadvantage, Gob. All right, Velian fails. She has 3 levels of exhaustion.
That's a 6.
Pff, that is a
Fail.
failure.
Got a 9.
Yeah.
Absolute
That's
failure.
rough going.
Gobsicle. Oh. Fourth level, I don't
as
think-
like Veronica got a 15.
A 15 is a failure.
Oh God.
So you all fail. So on that 14th hour, you all are just, you haven't slept now in like 24 hours. And you are so cold, and the wind just won't stop, and it's just eating at you. And you are marching alongside women, men, children of all ages and walks in life who are making this journey. And they seem to be going their hardest and succeeding, where all of you are starting to fail and drag behind. And suddenly, when you cannot take it anymore, that tall man calls for a halt. And you realize you're not even sure how it happened. Like, this area here, the wind has stopped, and you're not really sure when that happened. And it's lighter now. You've marched all the way through the night, and you're on this peak that looks down over this beautiful crystalline landscape. And you see everybody, without a moment's hesitation or rest, starts to unsling those packs and, put their tents back together, their houses, as you all have reached this new location.
10-minute break.
Thanks, I hate it, as we all just like fall face first into the snow.
Yeah. So, and you all do, and they all are going about their business right as rain, just making sure their home is set up. And you all, from your exhaustion on the ground, begin to see these sparkling snowflakes appear and form this symbol, kind of floating above the air. And then you're gone. And you're back where you were, outside of this door here. So tired. So I have a little scorecard to fill out here. Who had 4 levels of exhaustion or more?
Gob.
Gob.
Raising his hand.
Okay. So Gob failed the test
Frostbite.
of endurance. But the rest of you succeeded. Including Velian.
Ugh.
I'll rub it in my
Dis.
Pushes her back through the
wow.
doorway. Do it again. Like,
So all of you here, are just absolutely messed up. You hear like a, "Oh my God, are you okay?" coming from outside on the ice.
Kill me.
yeah, sweetie, we're doing just fine. Yeah.
Yeah, because you look like terrible, and you see her little like teeth poking around the door.
Hard test.
Yeah, okay. Well, I hope that like treasure's worth it. And she kind of like, you hear that as she like slides back out onto the ice.
Oh, man.
Pushes her big body.
Okay.
Love her so much.
So you all have some levels of exhaustion.
Imagine
Cruelty.
Gob looks like Jack Nicholson in The Shining when he's like frozen at the end.
Right. Oh yeah, it's definitely time to do cruelty. I need to hit something, and it's either gonna be you, Velian, or that walrus. So let's go.
All right. So you make your way over towards the test of cruelty. Do you open the door?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Once again, your surroundings vanish in a flurry of snow and ice. When your vision clears, you find yourself standing at the edge of a camp, its tents holding fast against a raging blizzard. So you can see here that this is another of those Regig tribe camps. It's definitely not the same one you were just in. You can tell the tents look a little bit different. Everything looks a little bit different, and you're like in the middle of a blizzard here. And as you're looking, you see that in front of one of the tents, there are a cluster of people who have gathered around. And staked into the ground are these like large poles. And you see that there are people that are bound to them. And these others on the camp, they look odd. They look drawn, pale, hungry. And the way they pace around these people who have been staked to these poles just gives you a very sinking feeling. And that's where we're going to end for today. Starting the test of cruelty.
Sure, it'll be chill.
It'll be totally fine. Thank you, everybody, so much for tuning in to this episode of Rime of the Frostmaiden. I will say the test of endurance was the tamest of the tests that we're going to have. We're going to be earning those content warnings. So, everybody, thank you. Thank you so much for being here. Let's go ahead and open up that dice giveaway for these beautiful dice from RPG Dice. Look at them shine. Look at them shine.
All their dirty glory.
Look at these dirty dice shining. Thank you so much to RPG Dice spelled with a Y, for donating these dice. Joe, you're awesome. Y'all should go check out the website. Check out all the stuff he does. Follow him on Twitter at RPG_dice with a Y. And Sage, do we have that winner?
The world stage. If you are here, let us know.
Yes. So claim in the chat if you are here. Thank you, everybody, man, so much. Yeah, chat, the tamest. Yeah, I promise.
Yep. It's about to go down.
I believe that.
You know,
Gird your loins.
we have super fun NPCs, so we've really got to like drive it home. With horrible challenges.
Do we have? Well,
What?
I feel like the
Like
animals
walrus?
have been the best part. Like
That's
the whale
true,
and the
yeah.
walrus are my favorite NPCs out of everyone that we have met. Maybe the drunken like dragonborn that was like, "Hey, I'm here to protect the town." There you are. Let's get you back to bed.
They claimed.
Think we got a claim? Yay!
Yes.
Super cool.
Yes.
Congratulations on these beautiful dice.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, we shall be back in 2 weeks with the thrilling conclusion, which is actually Joe's birthday. We're going to be playing, so I get to do horrible, cruel things to you, literally on your birthday, which will be the 2nd. So we'll be back then.
Oh wow, both you and I had Rime of the Frostmaiden games on our birthday.
Oh, how cool.
Weird. It's like
Hell
I
yeah.
planned it. No, I don't know. You stop being born on Wednesdays, guys.
Wow. Oh,
I
wow.
know it switches, but whatever. But yeah, that's it. That's the episode. I have been your dungeon master, Celeste Gonowich.
I'm Joe. I've been your North fighter, Gob.
And I'm Sage, and I have been your emergency medic, Inga Selenin.
And I'm Vincent, your warlock with the best hair.
Mm-hmm.
No one cares about Becky. It's fine.
No.
No.
Yay! Oh man, I'm so glad we're here. So glad we're alive. What else do we have coming up?
Yeah.
Sage, you got something a creeping up.
Yes. Oh, yes. This Friday, you can find us episode 4 of the Rising Hunger, one of my players decided to read flip all the way to the last chapter of a very evil book and very clearly failed their saving throw. So this Friday at 6 to 8 p.m. PST, we're going to find out what happens to Valka
Oh, dear.
after reading that book.
Oh, no.
Penalties.
Oh boy.
Mm-mm.
Oh, God.
Mm-mm.
Yep. And V, did you want to plug website stuff?
Oh yeah, totally. So go ahead, check out my Twitter. I'll actually post the link on here too. Vincentorium's Wondrous Emporium is my own D&D related aspect. Unlike most things, your story comes to you in basically spoken word or being read, or spoken word or actual story. So kind of like a podcast. If you want to listen to it or if you just want to read it, it's for you. We're actually coming out with story number 2 in 2 weeks. So yeah, go check it out. Vincentorium's Wondrous Emporium.com.
Hell yes. And of course, while we are on a break from the main campaign, please do make sure to keep up with us. Follow us everywhere on social medias. We are still doing a bunch of awesome stuff. That's at Venture Maidens everywhere, Twitter, Instagram, the works. And of course, if you haven't joined our Patreon, we have an awesome Patreon that's full of really cool stuff. You can get, for example, all the episodes of the Rising Hunger series. So if you're missing main campaign, tune in, get the news. And of course, we are publishing now episodes of this campaign on our main podcast feed. So if you want to go ahead and listen from the beginning with beautiful crisp audio, you can absolutely do so. So head over to the Venture Maidens main feed on podcast everywhere. Check it out. This episode will be there eventually. but episode 2 is dropping this Sunday/Monday. So start from the beginning, relive this frosty journey with us all. So thank you everybody so much for being here, and until next time,
Stay frosty!